Hey, what is up guys, Total War Chaos here. Today's video will be a summary of the major things that have changed for the past few months. If you have not been playing or keeping up much at all, then you definitely want to check out this video, as I will be going through a lot of the key issues previously neglected which have now been resolved or somewhat improved. Starting off with some gameplay changes. Remember enabling that setting at the start of every campaign? Yeah, that actually works now. Any important characters have a chance of dying. This includes heroes, lords, clan members, and even the characters that reside within villages and cities. They too have a chance of dying, either through combat or of old age. There has been an increase in the variety of quests, and some of the old quests adjusted for a better experience. For example, the family feud quest, which I'm sure many of us have had a fair share of trouble trying to complete. The initial dialogue minigame has not changed at all, but after failing the minigame, we will no longer see the young lad get destroyed by 4 random dudes. There will be less guards around, making it a fair fight. Quests in general have become more profitable, but the upkeep cost of troops has been increased significantly, and workshop has also taken a big hit. We will no longer have an instant stable economy going from the get-go, requiring us to figure out other ways to earn money. Even after being granted the fief, the garrison upkeep costs will be higher than the actual income, making it harder for players to snowball the game. Diplomacy has somewhat improved. Factions are less likely to win the entire game within a few hundred days and snowball out of control like it used to. There are now new ways to propose peace treaty or declaration of war. This is done through voting like we would for a new policy using influence. And when offering a peace treaty, the losers will now have to pay a tribute. However, with all these changes, the faction lords still love to start a second or third war even when they're struggling with the first one, which is still an issue that needs to be fixed. This can at times be extremely frustrating when the fiefdom we were given are at the forefront of all these conflicts. The perk system has had a massive change, fixing majority of the non-functional perks and making them meaningful, something to look forward to. However, there are still a few that has yet to be fully implemented, like throwing, scouting, tactics, roguery, steward, and engineering. We can find out which ones have been implemented or not down to each specific skill by using this website, Bannerlordperks.com. We knew that the bow and crossbow perks were a mess before, but there has been some nice changes made since. Ones that reduces enemy armor rating, reload speed, and some that increases the zoom, aim time, and movement speed. Battle optimization was also touched on. Previously, with 500 battle size, my PC would undoubtedly lag and have poor FPS. However, since the 13GB patch came along, battles have become smoother and more stable, making it a much more pleasant experience. Modding tools are also finally out, meaning we can expect some juicy content on its way. Things like gunpowder and muskets, or the Japanese medieval period, which is known as the Genkoku-ju mod, and I'm sure there will be many more total overhaul mods coming. If you can name it, somebody's probably working on it as we speak. Now onto some unresolved issues. Battle AIs are still hit or miss. They either make a very good decision by defending in high ground, or they use the circle and square formation and gets absolutely slaughtered. And sometimes they would walk towards missile units instead of charging at them, taking unnecessary casualties. In sieges, it seems like the infantry can only ever use one ladder at a time, and missile units' spawn location is sometimes blocked by obstacles. And we know what happens when we try to command them during a siege, so best delegate them to the AIs. There is a lack of depth with settlements. It is the same as before: assign a governor, upgrade a building, and select a daily focus, and that's really it. For villages, there is no options at all, making it extremely dull and takes away the excitement of something more. I remember a modern warband that allowed us to develop our own village, turning it into a castle, and then eventually into a town. That was probably the most fun I've had in a long time. Whilst it took ages to do, there was a sense of progression, effort that was worth putting in. Not only this, in the base warband game, we had the option to hold a feast and a wedding ceremony. In Bannerlord, however, there is no such thing. It is almost as if we are merely buying a wife instead of marrying one. The lack of manhunters is another issue, and makes the losing or weak factions even weaker, as their villagers will be constantly hunted down, slowing their recovery process. I would have hoped that we could recruit patrols to protect our villagers from bandits. This also leads me to another point, the recruitment system. It really becomes tedious. after losing a 100-man party time and time again, having to go to each and every single village to recruit them back up again. Whilst it has yet to be touched on, I definitely hope they can make some adjustments, perhaps allow us to hire a recruiter, or introduce more expensive elite retinues that is only available within the city's keep. There were a few more negative points I wanted to touch on, but they were not as significant, and I do not want to keep this video any longer than it needs to be. In another 6 months, I will be making another update video to let the community know what has changed. So make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with any new Bannerlord content, and leave a thumbs up if you found the video helpful. If you're interested in further supporting me, you can click join next to the sub button and become a member. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.